All right, so we all know that when you get to be our age, it's harder to maintain weight or lose weight. And I think what we're going to do with this video is we're going to talk about the steps that we're taking, some common sense, not too hard steps that we feel like we can keep following as we continue to age. So here we go. Hi, I'm Rich.
And I'm Robbie, and you found our channel before it's too late.
On this channel, we're just trying to share some life lessons we've learned in hopes that we can help other people that are in the stage of life that we're in. We are Gen Xers, approaching retirement. We did a video a couple weeks ago on things you should be thinking about as you approach retirement, and one of them was getting yourself in shape. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. If you find this video helpful at all or entertaining at all, it's our hope that you'll hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, as we're going to keep trying to share with you the things that we're trying to do to live our best life. Losing weight at our age, in our 50s, and approaching retirement, pretty difficult.
It's very different than when we were younger, for sure.
Now, when I was younger, I did a lot of different things. Probably in my 40s, if I just start there, I was doing some fitness kickboxing. I really enjoyed it. It worked for me. I watched my calorie intake while I was doing that, and it worked. I didn't, once you get past the initial pain of getting in shape, you're able to continue to do that. But then I had an injury away from kickboxing, and also had some time where I was in atrial fibrillation and had to step away from that.
Yeah.
I also tried Noom right after Robbie and I got married. I did Noom for about 6 months, and again, it really works. It's an app that you track your calorie intake, and it helps you with that. It helps you scan all your food so you know what you're taking in when you're taking it in, and then it gives you more calories if you do more exercise. So again, super easy to use, and it works. It's functional, and if you can maintain that, good for you.
Yeah.
What have you tried?
When I was younger, I was very much about, I guess probably the first time I considered myself overweight was after I had had babies. And I followed Weight Watchers, and I had a lot of success with that. Easy program, relatively not expensive. There's always constant promotions to try and get you roped in. And I mean, Weight Watchers you can do for $10 a month. But basically just counted points. Your foods were all based on points. Scanned them in, had a certain number of points you could use per day. When you reached your total number of points, you were done for the day. So definitely worked well, as long as you were being very honest and transparent about what you were putting into your mouth and recording all of it. Also, I was very successful with just a lot of cardiovascular kind of exercise. Did a lot of running, did a lot of working out at the gym. Not really weightlifting. It was pretty much all cardiovascular. Never really struggled with my weight. And then we started getting older.
Yeah. And then everything got harder, right? Everything gets harder, including losing weight.
Yeah.
So for men, I'm sure you start to lose testosterone, and your metabolism slows down. So then those couple beers that you have, or that extra cookie that you have, settles in a different spot.
Yeah. And for women, it's very much about menopause and hormonal changes in the body. And we just lose our muscle mass so quickly the older we get. And yeah, all of a sudden, all those things that I had previously been doing, and I think maybe that you had been doing that had worked, all of a sudden no longer worked.
So now it's time to try something new. So here we are, mid-late 50s, really coming up on retirement. And I found myself in January of this year at the heaviest weight I'd ever been in my life. I was easily 50 pounds overweight, and at least according to the experts. They tell me I'm supposed to be 184 pounds. My doctor even disagrees with that, but that's what they say, and that's what all the literature out there works at your mind to get you to believe that you should be at this ideal weight. And I was at 235 pounds.
Woo, 130, you were skinny.
Yeah. So it was not my best time. And I was super frustrated with myself for not being able to stick with a plan on my own to lose weight, not being able to stick with the diet because I'm kind of a sugar freak, sugar addict, Robbie would say.
Yeah, sugar addict.
And
for sure.
It really makes it hard for me to watch what I eat all the time. So I actually went to my doctor and I asked him about all these weight loss drugs that are all the rage right now. The ones that you have to inject on a monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have certain underlying conditions, which I don't, I'm pretty healthy otherwise, it would have cost at a minimum about $550 a month to use these drugs. And the cost is a big consideration. And also Robbie was concerned about.
Yeah, so I mean, as an RN, I had some concerns about Rich going this route. I wanted to support him for sure because I saw how frustrated he was with trying to do the things that he had done in the past, but not having the success in weight loss that he had had in the past. But my biggest concerns with injections was, is it sustainable? Is it something that he's going to be able to do? Is he going to have to do it for the rest of his life, for the next 30, 40 years, to make sure that he does not regain any of the weight? So that was one thing that I had a red flag about. My other major concern was that this is something that is still pretty relatively new on the market for people to be using these type of drugs that don't have major risk factors, diabetes, those kinds of things. And so I guess I was a little concerned about what are the long-term effects of this? Is there going to be 20 years down the road all these things that come out that say, hey, this never should have happened?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so anyway, it didn't sit well with me that I was actually, in my mind, so weak that I couldn't commit to doing what I needed to do to get myself in or keep myself in better shape. So I actually sat down with a good friend of mine. Another reason why it's really important for you to have some good friends to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And we committed to each other that we were going to start holding each other accountable for trying to get in better shape and losing a little weight. So we started out by challenging each other to walk 10,000 steps a day, 5 days a week. And any day that you would miss during a week, you owed the other guy $10. And
you thought you were going to get really rich.
I didn't. I actually thought I was going to end up paying him,
Yeah.
but nobody paid anybody.
Yeah, that's right.
During the first couple of months. We did it for 2 solid months, and we accomplished our goal of 10,000 steps a day. And that got me into a different mindset about walking and got me into a more religious habit of walking on a daily basis, not just 5 days a week, but usually at least 6 days a week, if not every day of the week. And along with that, I started doing some intermittent fasting, and I'm still doing that. I'm not 100% strict about it. I don't let it dictate my life. I eat 1 meal a day most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 5 or 6 days a week for sure. I'm only eating 1 meal a day. But if something comes up and we're going out with friends and I've already eaten that day, then I just end up eating twice.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that since January as well.
Yep.
And since January, I've lost 30 pounds.
Yay.
So I'm down, in the 205 range, and I'm pretty happy about it. And Robbie's also found some success.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have like the weight loss that Rich has had. I think for me, I've had to learn that the number on the scale is not nearly as important as how I feel. So one thing that I have figured out is being postmenopausal, cardio does not do it for me anymore. I can run, I can do all of this hard cardio, and it makes little to zero difference on what the scale says. But I have found since January 1st, I have started in with weightlifting and strength training. So basically,
Just at our house.
just at the house. I just do it downstairs. And I will be honest with you, the heaviest weight I have is 15 pounds. So I am not working I'm not pushing the iron big time, girls. But I am lifting, and I do a strength training program. I do it 5 days a week. And the other big thing that I think we both have tried to do is we try really hard to get in 10,000 steps a day. And then on top of that, for me, I pretty much I don't eat sugar like you do, but there are things that I like to have a treat of. And for me, I still watch my calories. I try and stick around 1,200 to 1,300 calories a day. But there are times, just like Rich, where I don't follow that, and that's okay. Because I want to live. We both want to live, but we are basically just trying to establish patterns, routines that will keep us healthy for years to come.
And that are sustainable.
That are sustainable.
And as we've gone down this path of just walking more,
Yeah.
I enjoy walking way more than running. I tried running a long time ago in my life. I hated it. I don't really like lifting weights at all. I do realize in my situation, I probably need to do a little more body resistance sort of weightlifting at some point. So push-ups and, stuff I can do that way to keep myself toned up. But right now, just the walking is really doing it for me. And it's in a routine, and I feel good about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I think the message that we'd want to give out to you is you can do this if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, it's easy to put on weight at our age. It's really hard to take it off.
Yep. But you can do it in ways that don't cost a ton of money, ways that you enjoy.
So really, what we're saying is if we can do it, you can do it. And it doesn't have to be something big. You just have to get your mind around a long-term sort of either weight loss or weight maintenance, and then put some stuff in your mind to be able to make that happen. Whether that's like us, walking and weightlifting for Robbie, or if it's really something else, whether that's some other activity. Just get out there and do it. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yep.
And you will find success. Our purpose for sharing this kind of thing is to hopefully encourage you to get out there and do what you need to do as you enter this stage of your life where you can have all this time to enjoy what you've built. And you got to be healthy in order to do that, though.
Yeah.
So we just want to keep encouraging you guys to do that. And hopefully you enjoyed this. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to us if you would, and we'll see you next time. God bless.